Okay, Assalamualaikum and good day everybody. 15.4 configure floating static route. Okay, floating static route is a backup. Actually, it can be for any network or it can be for a default static route. You can do a static for any static route that you can do. In last week lecture, we talked about administrative distance. Still remember what's the administrative distance for static? Static is a 1. Directly connected is a 0. OSPF is a 110. EIGRP 90. So you need to know that, okay? But never mind. But static route is a 1. It's the most trustworthiness other than directly connected. So 1 will be selected or added into a IP routing table. But we would like to configure a backup. Okay, in a real network, you might have multiple pathways in order to go to one network. So not necessarily go through one way only. Just like a rope, there are multiple ways you can go. From Kuantan, in order to go to Johor Bahru, you can go through LPT to Kuala Lumpur, or you can go through Pekan and Muazzam Pekan, Rompe and so on. And also you can go to Gambang, Muazzam Shah and so on. Can go to Johor Bahru. But you need to have one default or one routing inside your table. But you would like to have a backup. Why you would like to have backup? If there is a problem with the current configure, so we need to reconfigure. So no, we don't want to take a time for reconfiguration. So we already provide the backup. So in order to provide a backup, we change the administrative distance for a backup. We put the other number bigger than 1. So for the 1, so in here, I'm already put for default route through 172.16.0.0, but I provide a backup, go through 10.10.10.2 with a distance of 5. Administrative distance, we put as a 5. So 5 is bigger than 1. What I do not put here, this is a default 1. So we will not listed inside IP routing table, but it will be added after there is a problem, when there is a problem with the current default route or whatever route that we have. So that's a floating static route. I hope there is no problem. It's very easy. So what happened when R2 fail, but this is not a very good example, which is supposed to have another connection there, but of course never mind. So the default route, okay, IP routing table will be updated with a new route, okay, which is a from a floating. Okay, remember before that it must go through 172.16.2.2, but now it go through 10.10.10.2, even though in this diagram there is no network, but we provide them as a dummy network in order to show you how they mitigate from a current route to a new route. Okay. Okay, last topic. Configure static host route. As I said earlier, or if you see before, all the time we are routing a network. But not necessarily we would like to route the whole network. Some situation we would like the device only. We don't want to route the whole network. Why? There might be several reasons. So there's just a logic reason. Okay, maybe for security reason and so on, maybe to make it faster, but you need to come with a reason. Okay, more efficient process for packet rather than you route the whole network. Okay, this is an example. A very simple diagram. ISP have a connection to a server. But in the real case, maybe they have many more devices connected to a switch, and switch connected to many other devices. But the other devices belong to other organizations and so on. So we don't care about that. We only care about our device, our server only. So of course in our branch router, we only would like to route to our server only. So we don't want to route the whole network. So in order to that, we will route the IP address as a network ID 209.165.200.238, and then you can see here the network /27, which is you have a 27 bit of the network ID and you have 5 bit or 32 IP in that network. So there must be 30 devices, at least 30 devices in that network. But we don't want to route everything. So in the network portion, on the subnet mask, we will put 255.255.255.255. You see as a slash 32 rather than slash 27, which is a 255.255.255.224. Okay, and same for IPv6, you put as a 1 to 8 as a slash prefix. So the command will be IP route 209.165.200.236, and their subnet mask is 255.255.255.255. Even though you see here the network ID is a slash 27. But we are only routing the single host. And then at the end, you can put either NetHook as the interface or as the interface with the NetHook. It's up to you. So same for IPv6. Okay, for a single host will be listed as a IP address of that device. And of course the 1 because it's statically, so /0, and you will have a summary with the network ID but with a /32, which means there is no other network. We are not going to route the whole network. And for the IPv6, of course, we doesn't have a summary, okay? Because we doesn't have a class full concept. We doesn't have a class concept in the IPv6. Okay, we can also configure with the NetHook and as the interface and so on. It's up to you. Okay, so I think that's all for this topic. And then there is a topic 15.6, module practice and quiz. Actually, there are several interactive activity inside NetAcad. Please do a revision. Go to the NetAcad, follow module 15 and go through. Even though you don't want to read the whole text, you can follow the video and the interactive guide there. And there is a syntax checker. Even though this is a very simple command, but please, there is no harm for you to do the syntax checker. Sometimes I seal this every day. I think I'm already memorized that, but I never try in my hand. When I go to exam, my hand forgot how to write that. Okay, so please make sure not only your brain, your eyes memorize it, to make your hand memorize it. How to make your hand memorize it? You must do. Do you believe me? Our hand also have a memory. If you don't practice, so our hand doesn't know how to do that.